Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is an edition of Parked Perilously, show in which we turn on the camera and talk about whatever it is that is on our mind. So, one of my motivators is to know things and to be right, but to learn. So if I'm wrong about something, I want to be corrected, but like everybody, I like to be right. But I want to know if I'm wrong. But if somebody just tells me, yeah, you're wrong, but they don't give me a reason why, or they don't give me the alternative of what is right, you know, if it's just a gut reaction of, you're right, I'm wrong, the sky's blue, no it's not, it's green, whatever. If it's just a knee-jerk reaction, that's just infuriating to me. But if somebody has a statistic or another view of something, I'm interested to know what it is and then decide if I'm going to change my opinion or not. I just don't want to be told I'm wrong without being told why or what the reason is. So I've got two examples of people just telling me I'm wrong but not knowing why they're saying that. Like they don't seem to have any reason to say that. And this is a group, let's see, it's a group of people very close to me, and I think it was 3 of them on one occasion and a different 3 on another occasion. I'm not sure exactly who it was, and it's not important who they are, because this is not about particular people. This is about a particular response people have when they just want to disagree. So we were in a restaurant, and it was clearly a former Pizza Hut. In the United States, there used to be a lot more Pizza Hut restaurants, at least in the part of the United States I've lived in, Florida. There used to be a lot more Pizza Huts. So there are a lot of buildings that used to be Pizza Huts, but they're not Pizza Huts anymore. And there's a particular type of architecture that a lot of these buildings have. It's a slanted roof that reaches kind of low, like, I don't know, almost halfway to the ground. And it's windows that are a particular odd shape. They're not a brick-shaped window. They don't have right corners. They're I don't know, diamond shape or something. And there aren't very many buildings like that. So we're in a building that is a restaurant, and it obviously used to be a Pizza Hut restaurant because of those things. And there's a couple other factors. I don't know. There's more to it. But when I pass a building that used to be a Pizza Hut, I can tell. And I've noticed that for years. I don't know, 25 years. I've gone by buildings and said, oh, well, yeah, that used to be Pizza Hut. And I know it was because I used to go there when it was Pizza Hut. And then I've gone by other places and I'm like, oh, well, that building looks just like it used to be a Pizza Hut. And so I've noticed that for, like I said, 25 years. So here we are in a restaurant that used to be a Pizza Hut, in my belief. I don't remember it being one, but I'm pretty sure. And I say that, and instead of these people saying, oh, or, or, oh yeah, or, why do you think that? They just immediately start dismissing it. Now, I don't think this is a part of town that they're extremely familiar with. I don't think they know every restaurant that's ever been around there. But they don't happen to remember that a Pizza Hut was ever there. Now, it's possible that it wasn't a Pizza Hut, right? It's also possible that it was and they didn't notice. That's the much more likely scenario, is that they never thought about Pizza Hut architecture, because who would and why? But for some reason I have. And instead of trying to learn more about what the heck I was talking about, or thinking that maybe I was right, they just started in telling me I was wrong. Now, I don't think that they had ever thought about that area of town and what places used to be there until that conversation. I don't think they had ever thought about what a Pizza Hut looks like until that conversation. So why is their automatic reaction that I'm wrong? If they've never thought about it before, they could assume I'm right. They could say, or they could ask me questions about why I think that. If it's a topic they've never ever just thought about before, why would they tell me I'm wrong about it? Same group of people, or another time with some of these people, we're talking about the geography of the United States. I would say that everybody involved in the conversation has an above average knowledge of geography of the United States. Above average. None of us are experts, but we all are vaguely interested in the United States. We're vaguely interested in where things are, cultural differences, language differences. What's the North like? What's the South like? What's the difference between the West Coast and the East Coast? And a few of us really like maps. So we're all on a certain level of knowledge of geographic places. Above average, I would say. And I mentioned that I read a book called The 9 Nations of North America. And I don't remember the author. But of all the books I've read, that one sticks in my memory. Because when I thought of North America as divided into 9 sections, he calls nations. But it's not political boundaries, it's cultural and so forth. When I thought about the North America divided into 9 sections, it really made sense to me, and it helped me understand our country, our country and surrounding countries, better. And of course, the hypothesis could be wrong, but I got a handle on what he was saying, and I think that it is valuable. I'm sure somebody could argue that there's 10, or that there's 12, or that there's 300, or that there's 4. But the way he divided all of North America into 9 sections made sense to me. So I said something about it to these people. And instead of saying, oh, well, what are the 9? Or which nation are we in? Or how many nations are there again? Or how many have you lived in? Or what's the difference between this and that? They just started arguing with me like, oh no, North America is not divided into 9 nations. No. Now, what is the point of that? If they're not interested in the topic, there's no need to comment. If they have an alternative hypothesis, we can discuss it. But just to tell the other person that they're wrong, what is the point of that? I think we all do that a little too much. We assume, if we haven't heard it before, that it's not true, and we assume the things we know are true. I mean, how could we make our way through the world without having some type of assumptions, which may or may not be true? I mean, you can't stop and think between every step. But the automatic verbal disagreement with somebody when you have never thought about the topic before, or when you're not even sure what the other person has said, it's just a ridiculous human impulse of which I would like to complain and vent. So thank you for listening. This has been an edition of Parking Perilously, the show in which we turn on the camera and talk about what it is that is on our mind.